So, I played the original Budokai Tenkaichi as a kid. So, it is the only game that I could possibly review while it's fresh in my mind. Until I play Budokai 2 and Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I can't review those. But I do plan on making a whole Dragon Ball Z game review series, and everything Dragon Ball Z related will now be in the Sparking Zero waiting room, which is what the playlist of my Budokai Tenkaichi series will be on when I finally play it. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1 came out October 2005. It had a dope opening. In Japan, this opening had lyrics. In the American import, it just had the sound, nothing else, and that's fine. I think it worked at the time. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi introduced a lot of new mechanics to the world of Dragon Ball Z games. When you start up Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, you're treated to a beautiful opening screen after the intro, and then you click the opening screen and you're treated to multiple, and I mean multiple, interactive menus and colorful and just like really lively commentary from Goku or Cell or Bulma or Piccolo. There are many different modes in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1. Z Battlegate, which is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi's story mode. It goes from the Saiyan Saga all the way to the Buu Saga, obviously. But it also covers the movies, some of GT, technically. And it covers the first World Tournament that Goku took place in. Not the first. It's called the real 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi. Real 23rd World Tournament. There's a bunch of what-if scenarios, too, that you can play through. The Cosmic Emperor. Ultimate Android. Saiyan's Revenge. Bardock. There's a Bardock one. There's a lot of what-if scenarios. Not as many as the next installments, but there were still quite a few to choose from. So of the movies that this story mode did cover it went Broly, BoJack, Cooler's Revenge. So if we're going to go in order, it went Cooler's Revenge, Broly, BoJack, Fusion Reborn. That's it. It covered 4 of the movies. So that's the story mode, and in story mode you collect things called Z items, and you can go into things and basically fuse these items together to get characters. Dragon Balls are front and center. There are a few different ways to cheese that system into getting them quick. The first way is if you fight Krillin or Yamcha, depending on who you like playing as, when they're training, then you just have to destroy the building on the lookout, and the Dragon Ball is going to be right there in the middle, on the pole, or whatever it is. Next up is Ultimate Battle. Ultimate Battle works as a survival mode, going as long as you can, and quite frankly, it's just a great time. I've played it once and it was fine. So that's not much about. There's not much to be said about Ultimate Battle except for no, sorry. After Z Battlegate, there's multiplayer, which is where you can fight a friend or a computer, or you can have a computer fight a computer, which was kind of funny. But on multiplayer, it's Vegeta basically saying, "Hey, do this or this or this," and all that, and that was grand. But other than that, not much is cool about multiplayer. You got like 160 characters to try out, but half those characters are Goku and Vegeta in their different forms. I think it was 80 characters actually in the roster. Probably. I don't remember the exact number, but it was a very it was less of a number than the next installments gave. Under multiplayer, there's Ultimate Battle. And that's just a survival mode hosted by Hercule. You start at the bottom, and then you fight your way to the top. Sometimes a character like 10 spots above you can issue you a challenge, and if you beat them, you take their spot and they take yours. But if you lose, I believe you're booted back to the bottom. Under Ultimate Battle is World Tournament. There are 3. Well, 4. First one is World Tournament Beginner, where it's 4 people, and then where there's 4 participants. You, the player, the person you're going up against, and then 2 comms, who, depending on who wins that, you fight the other comm. Then there's Adept. No, then there's Advanced. And it's the same, but instead of 4, it's 6. And that works the same way. Then there's Adept, which is the one I'm struggling on right now. But I'm working on. I'm trying to beat everything Dragon Ball Z related before Sparking Zero comes out, right? So next up is the Cell games, which is the final echelon of the World Tournament mode. But Cell games works pretty much the same way as the World Tournament, you just fight Cell at the end. Yeah. So, there's that. There's Evolution Z, which is where you will create your where you will use certain Pataras to unlock certain characters or level or enhance the characters that you play as. Then there's options, and the options menu is also cool because it has animated menus like everything else, and it's Bulma, and that's great. That's cool. Budokai Tenkaichi is one of my favorite games that I've played in my life. I don't really see the hate for Ultimate Tenkaichi or Dragon Ball Z Sagas, but it's there. Which kind of sucks, because Sagas was really trying to do something clever, and Ultimate Tenkaichi 2 was trying to do something different. And I saw it, and I appreciated it. But that's the review. I would recommend you. I'd recommend you guys get it, play it for yourself if you own a PS2. It's one of the cheapest Budokai Tenkaichi titles out there. 2 and 3 are so expensive. The cheapest one I can get used is like $66 for BT3. For Budokai Tenkaichi 2 is like also $60. So that just tells you how popular these games are. So yeah, if you have a PS2, get Budokai Tenkaichi 1 for yourself. Try it out. Enjoy yourself. there are very difficult battles in the Z battle gate, but as long as you know how to play the game, you'll be good. The best part about the Dragon Ball Z games have always been the beam clashes, or as I just found out yesterday, the shootouts. That is what Budokai Tenkaichi calls them, shootouts. And there are two very distinct shootouts. There's the beam clash where you just that shootout, and then there's a melee shootout where you dragon dash someone who is coming at you with a rush attack, and then you shoot out that way. I'm still calling it a beam clash because it sounds cooler than shootout for Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. Again, get Budokai Tenkaichi 1 for yourself. Get all the games for yourself if you can afford it. They're great games, and they'll just really just pad your Dragon Ball Z collection if you have one. But other than that, there's not much else I can tell you about this game. It's great. It was a great stepping stone, a great laying of the foundation for everything that came after. I'll play Budokai Tenkaichi 1 for the channel soon. I'm just trying to make sure my recording software is all set up and working properly. And it may be the return of face cam videos if I can get it working. So, we'll see. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, go check it out for yourself. Go buy it yourself. Or watch someone play it if you want. Watch me play it. Because I'm actually pretty good at the game. When it's not a difficult fight. When it's not a difficult fight, I fucking sweep. But when it's a difficult fight, like say you guys get to me at fighting Great Ape Vegeta, you're gonna see me do a bunch of Kamehameha spamming just to keep him away. Because that's the method. I mean, you could solar flare his ass and then run, but I don't think that's an option. Don't remember him using solar flare. I don't remember being able to use solar flare in that fight. I gotta try something now. Yeah. Budokai Tenkaichi 1 will be on the channel soon. First episode will probably be uploaded around August 11th. And I'll play those games. I'll play every game as quickly as possible. Because if the rumors are to be believed, we will have Sparking Zero in October. And that's going to be a very fun series to do. I do wonder. I have been wondering how the overworld's going to look for Sparking Zero. Is it going to be like, are they going to take a page from Budokai Tenkaichi 2, which I do know has an overworld? But I wonder if Sparking Zero is going to be the same, or if it's going to be more like Kakarot in terms of storytelling. Not like exactly like Kakarot, but like the overworld. Like, will it be an open world free roam game kind of deal? Because I always like those kinds of Dragon Ball Z games because they're interesting. You can travel the world and like the one thing that the one thing that Ultimate Tenkaichi 1 did very well was the overworld. You could go all over the world and fight whoever. Sometimes you'd find a Dragon Ball, sometimes you would find an item. And Hero Mode was a stepping stone for Xenoverse. For sure. But that's all I got to say about these games. Like I said, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi will be coming on the channel August 11th. Or August 12th, depending on what I'm doing on that day. But it'll be a weekly release as opposed to my daily release of certain videos. I want to drag out these games as long as possible before Sparking Zero comes out. So each episode will be a weekly release. I'm thinking Tuesdays. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So next time, my name is Lucky Mail. I'm signing off.